Alrighty, this will be a fun one. We've got a CPI pipe. Right there. Made for the 261. This is a bone stock 261. So we'll get it fueled up, warmed up, and put on the dyno. And we'll see what kind of power just this pipe makes. And then we're going to tear it all down, port it, and see if porting will help this pipe. Now, that's not really the way that the pipes work. The pipes really need to be matched to the ports, the links, the volumes, the heights, everything. All those things go into play when you're figuring out the cones, the tapers, the lengths, the diameters, the overall length, stinger size, outlet. All that comes into play to properly tune an expansion chamber. Sometimes, even if you follow all the rules, your chamber still comes up short. But we'll see how this one does. And we'll test the pipe again after porting, which it might actually work out well, depending on what it's doing now. So that's why we'll get the baseline with the pipe. That way we can adjust the ports to what the pipe's liking too, in theory. But we'll get it filled up and see what we can do. And if the flanges are close, maybe we'll throw it on this 241 as well, once that's all ported up. Alright, let's see if I can struggle bust this pipe on. Nice thing about it is they use the flange with the spring. There's the header pipe. Can you see that? You can kind of see. There's the little header flange. This goes over it like so. Let me hang the spring. Hang the spring on it. Slide this over. Oh, it ain't even tight. Let's make sure that's tight. Tighten that up first. That is another thing with expansion chambers, is any leaks or pinholes in the seams or at the flanges, they can have an effect on the performance. What type of overall pressure the pipe's seeing, all that kind of stuff. I know just enough about them to be dangerous, but I sure would like to learn a little more. Oh, actually, let's swap this over to 3/8 right quick. There we go. Stihl small 3/8/7. Now it's all ready for the dyno. There we go. Now, I don't know about you guys. Like I said, I don't work in the trees. But if you have the right customer, you know, the one with a nice garage, all sorts of hot rods and stuff, don't you think it'd be fun to show up to a job with an actual pipe on a saw? I'd still want a backup. That way I didn't have to fight the pipe through the brush. But just firing it up for 5 minutes, you know, just let it sing, have some fun. That don't sound too awful bad now, does it? Actually, this one with the silencer might actually be a bit quieter than some modified mufflers. There we go. Got it. Alright, let's fire this bad boy up and see how she does. Oh, it's even an adjustable carb saw. Look at that. Well, fired up. This one's still in the prototype phase. It needs an actual mount. What I think I'll do is I'll put a piece of wire on it just to help support it on the handle here. I'll be back. Alright, well, at least it should sit good on the dyno pad. We'll try that. Well, here are the results for the pipe runs. We got a 5.82 horse, 3.59 foot-pounds. Versus, this is a stock run I had for a 261C, same saw. 4.2 horse, 2.8 foot-pounds. So yeah, stock saw is obviously on muffler. But you can see this is what I was talking about earlier. This pipe is designed to hit right around that 9,000 RPM range. Right where the stock saw is making peak power. Now this pipe's dialed right in for the stock porting. I don't expect to see much of a gain once we actually get the saw ported, but it will be interesting to see. Maybe we can emphasize this a little bit more, but I don't know. We'll see. Well, that's what we talked about. That's where the tuned length and everything comes into play with how this power band acts, what kind of characteristics it's going to have. That's where I said this is where the tapers and angles and lengths and everything come into play. Because what you could do, if it's wrong, your motor wants to make power here, but your pipe doesn't want to hit till up here, and you're not ever going to really get up to it, or vice versa. You can make your pipe hit way down here, but your chain's spinning up here, so you're never going to get to it. Either way, the pipe's going to sound pretty good, but it's not going to make the power. Same thing. There's probably a couple other things that you could do with the pipe that we're currently using to further tweak it and tune it, make this power band a little bit flatter. But that is the nature of a two-stroke. You can make all sorts of power into one narrow band. Now it would be nice if we could cram all that into a little can that you could actually use, those kind of power. But that's not how it works. You need the length, you need the time. That way you can time those pulses. So this is what we got. Just want to share with everybody. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone.